Now, according to an article featured in September 12, 2013, that was written by this guy by the name of Eric Wagner, it was featured in Forbes, called 5 Reasons 8 out of 10 Business Owners or Businesses Fail. He says that 8 out of 10 entrepreneurs who start businesses fail within the first 18 months. What made you believe that you actually had what it takes to become a successful self-employed person?
You know, nothing happened to make me believe that. And I argue a lot with people that there's a lot of natural ability that comes into successful entrepreneurs. It's not all of it's teachable. I think some of it's learnable, but not all of it's teachable. And that's a thing that throws people off a ton. I don't think I ever woke up one day and said, I think I'm going to be good at this. What I learned is that culture is extremely important in my business. Culture is so important that I believe culture comes before strategy. Culture is the manager when the manager's gone. So if you have a strategy and you're gone from your business, who's going to put the strategy in place? Well, nobody, unless you have phenomenal leaders that shouldn't be working for you. But if you have a culture, and that culture is made more important than the actual strategy that you have in your business, when the leader, the manager is gone, culture will be the manager, and people will do what they need to do. So that's how our business became successful, is leaving such a culture with my people that even when I'm gone, they're doing the very same things as when I'm there. If I leave them with a strategy or a plan, they're human. They're going to do some of it, but not all of it.
Culture is the manager when the manager's gone.
Yes,
I love
sir.
that. I love that. You're full of notable quotables. You're blowing my mind.
I like to memorize the best 10 things I've ever said,
Yeah.
and then regurgitate them every time I talk.
Well, I'm going to start crying if you keep this up. So here's another notable quotable here. The legendary management expert and author Peter Drucker says, the best way to predict the future is to create it. What things have you done to intentionally design your current level of success you're experiencing, or to kind of design the effort needed to create this level of success you're experiencing there?
It's a mindset. Tom Izzo says your next season starts right now. And if you guys have ever read a book or talked or heard a quote from Coach Tom Izzo, as soon as he wins the last game, the championship game, you would think it's time to celebrate. Well, Izzo doesn't go celebrate. Izzo's well known for hitting the phone, returning voicemails night of or morning of the championship game the next day with recruits. And I think what I've learned from that is that the game is never really over. And you have to always be planning the next thing. You've always got to be doing the next thing. And if you can track your activity and effort, it all goes together. We're never looking for the result. We're always looking, like I said earlier, for the effort put into it. So as an entrepreneur, I'm always constantly preparing and planning. And then I'm making sure that I've got people around me to hold myself accountable to the never-ending game.
This is unbelievable. Now I want to ask, just for people who maybe don't know who Tom Izzo is, can you clarify who Tom Izzo is, just for the thrivers across the planet?
Tom Izzo is a college basketball coach.
Okay, he's one of the most successful ones out there.
I would say so.
This guy gets it done. Now, as far as, did you have a turning point in your career? Because I know you're saying, hey, I didn't really sit down and decide to have like a epiphany, but did you have a turning point where you realized, hey, I'm building a world-class business here? Is there any point where you started to see the success pile up a little bit?
What's funny about that, Clay, is I don't know that, like I said, I don't know if I ever woke up and said, I think I'm going to be an entrepreneur, but let me tell you what got me to think I need to be an entrepreneur. Is I'm in the mortgage business for 4 years at this time. And I wake up one day and I'm 28 years old. And I said, I have an expiration date. And I think, what in the world is that? And I sit down with my brother-in-law, who's a partner of mine now, and I say, we've got an expiration date. So yeah, I'm 28 years old. Let's say I'm the hot thing here at our company now. I can pick up the phone and make things happen. I have desire, passion. I'm unstoppable. But you know what? I'm going to get a little bit older in a few years. And when I do that, the next Brian Smith is going to come along and take my job. The next Brian Smith is going to come along and take all the things that I love. People think money motivate entrepreneurs. It's a piece of it, but a true entrepreneur is motivated by winning. We like to see the score. And so if I'm getting older and I'm becoming irrelevant, that's actually more of an impact to me than the money loss. So I said, you know what, I've got to change that. How do I control that? Well, I've got to become the controller. And the way I did that is I said, I'm going to buy this mortgage company and it's going to be mine. Then no one can come along and challenge my relevancy.